16번. 다음 글에 드러난 아이의 심경으로 가장 적절한 것은?
When the vote was announced, my brain just would not work out. The right percentages to discover whether we had the necessary 2/3 majority. Then one of the technicians turned to me with a big smile on his face and said, "You've got it." At that moment, the cameras outside took over and out there in the yard. There was a scene of joy almost beyond belief. Then the cameras came back to those of us who were in the studio. I managed to overcome my urge to burst into tears and expressed my joy and delight that after all these years, this had happened, and my thanks to my daughters and my family who had shared in the struggle so long. 1. Discouraged and sorrowful. 2. Overjoyed and thrilled. 3. Bored and indifferent. 4. Jealous and furious. 5. Calm and peaceful. The answer is 2. Overjoyed and thrilled.
17번. 다음 글에 드러난 아이의 심경 변화로 가장 적절한 것은?
On one beautiful spring day, I was fully enjoying my day off. I arrived at the nail salon and muted my cell phone, so that I would be disconnected for the hour and feel calm and peaceful. I was so comfortable while I got a manicure. As I left the place, I checked my cell phone and saw 4 missed calls from a strange number. I knew immediately that something bad was coming, and I called back. A young woman answered and said that my father had fallen over a stone and was injured, now seated on a bench. I was really concerned since he had just recovered from his knee surgery. I rushed getting into my car to go see him. 1. Nervous confident. 2. Relaxed worried. 3. Excited indifferent. 4. Pleased jealous. 5. Annoyed grateful. The answer is 2. Relaxed worried.
18번. 다음 글에 드러난 아이의 심경 변화로 가장 적절한 것은?
On a 2-week trip in the Rocky Mountains, I saw a grizzly bear in its native habitat. At first, I felt joy as I watched the bear walk across the land. He stopped every once in a while to turn his head about, sniffing deeply. He was following the scent of something, and slowly, I began to realize that this giant animal was smelling me. I froze. This was no longer a wonderful experience, it was now an issue of survival. The bear's motivation was to find meat to eat, and I was clearly on his menu. 1. Sad angry. 2. Delighted scared. 3. Satisfied jealous. 4. Worried relieved. 5. Frustrated excited. The answer is 2. Delighted scared.
19번. 다음 글에 드러난 아이의 심경 변화로 가장 적절한 것은?
When I woke up in our hotel room, it was almost midnight. I didn't see my husband nor daughter. I called them, but I heard their phones ringing in the room. Feeling worried, I went outside and walked down the street. But they were nowhere to be found. When I decided I should ask someone for help, a crowd nearby caught my attention. I approached, hoping to find my husband and daughter. And suddenly I saw 2 familiar faces. I smiled, feeling calm. Just then, my daughter saw me and called, "Mom." They were watching the magic show. Finally, I felt all my worries disappear. 1. Anxious relieved. 2. Delighted unhappy. 3. Indifferent excited. 4. Relaxed upset. 5. Embarrassed proud. The answer is 1. Anxious relieved.
20번. 다음 글에 나타난 아이의 심경 변화로 가장 적절한 것은?
Greg and I had been rock climbing since sunrise and had had no problems. So we took a risk. Look, the first bolt is right there. I can definitely climb out to it. Piece of cake, I persuaded Greg, minutes before I found myself pinned. It wasn't a piece of cake. The rock was deceptively barren of handholds. I clumsily moved back and forth across the cliff face, and ended up with nowhere to go but down. The bolt that would save my life, if I could get to it, was about 2 feet above my reach. My arms trembled from exhaustion. I looked at Greg. My body froze with fright from my neck down to my toes. Our rope was tied between us. If I fell, he would fall with me. 1. Joyful bored. 2. Confident fearful. 3. Nervous relieved. 4. Regretful pleased. 5. Grateful annoyed. The answer is 2. Confident fearful.